Most of us have been doing mirror magic since we were kids. Not in the sense that we do it now, because I actually feel like we know what we're doing. But our first fear and encounter of mirror magic was more than likely betting each other to say Bloody Mary or Candyman in the mirror 3 times. We expected for some deformed, ghostly woman figure to pop up and kill us. There were some kids who were actually brave enough to try it out to say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times, and maybe their fear would be so intense that they felt or imagined that they actually saw something. Or maybe they did. But for all of us to have this fear, I'm sure none of us actually knew who is Bloody Mary. Why is she in the mirror? Why is she trapped in the mirror? And most importantly, why would she kill us? That's what we're going to talk about today. Who is Bloody Mary? Hello you all, I'm BlaqueWitchYaya. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Yes, I have a blanket on because it is freezing, but today we are going to talk about Bloody Mary, and there are a plethora of stories behind the tale of Bloody Mary. So the one I'm going to share is just one of many. So in the 1800s, a young girl named Mary lived in a community struck by a mysterious illness, causing people to appear dead after a short period of time. So medical practitioners at this time weren't able to find out exactly what was going on. They couldn't find a pulse or dictate condensation, and they did that by placing a mirror underneath the noses of patients. And if they didn't see any condensation showing that they're breathing, that would lead them to announce the patient dead prematurely. So with this mysterious illness, if the doctors weren't able to find a pulse or show signs of breathing, they would just announce the person dead. But this led to people being dead and buried and waking up in a coffin. Could y'all imagine? So to stop this, they decided, okay, so we're going to bury them, but not bury them. We're going to put them in a coffin, but we're going to file out a hole, put a string through the hole, and it's going to be attached to a bell. So if they just so happen to wake up, they could ring the bell, and then someone will be like, okay, so they're alive, let's get them out the coffin. Tragically, when Mary fell seriously ill and eventually passed away, her parents unwillingly, they didn't want to depart from their little pride and joy. They took the same precautionary measures. They placed Mary in a coffin with a string attached to a bell, and Mary was laid to semi-rest. Her parents, clinging on to the possibility of her resurrection, they were like, please let her pull a Jesus and let her come back to life. So days and days passed away. Her parents were urged by friends like, hey, if she isn't awake by now, we're not sure what's going to happen to her. I'm sure she's gone by now. The parents wanted to leave out of town, but they didn't want to leave Mary there because what if she wakes up and then they can't hear her? But the neighbors and friends were like, listen, with the other people, they were able to wake up within 3 to 4 days. It's been a while. I think this is it. However, in their absence, a neighbor who was completely unaware of Mary's potential survival decided to fill her grave, but with the string still attached to the bell to prevent her from suffocating if she were still alive. Ironically, Mary awoke in her grave, desperately pulling the string attached to the bell. However, her parents were away, and the neighbors were too far to hear. Frantically, she clawed at the coffin until her fingers bled, persisting until her last breath. When her parents returned and discovered the displaced bell because she was ringing it so hard that it was literally knocked over, they rushed to unearth Mary. Opening the coffin, they found her lifeless, with her hands contorted into claws, her white burial dress stained with blood, and their lifeless daughter. Although condensation was on the mirror suggested breath, Mary was confirmed dead. Legend has it that her spirit lingered, attaching itself to not only that mirror, but all mirrors. According to the lore, invoking Bloody Mary 3 times called forth her vengeful spirit, with claws and unexpected victims, the same way she clawed at the coffin. So that's one of the many stories. I'm going to link another one down below that I found on YouTube. It's really cute, has animations and everything, and it also tells an alternative version of this story. Now let's tie in the tale of Bloody Mary into mirror magic. I have a video on mirror magic, I'll link that below as well, but I'll give an overview here. The connection between mirror magic and the legend of Bloody Mary lies in the ritualistic aspect of summoning and the supernatural elements associated with mirrors. Mirror magic as a concept often involves using mirrors as tools for divination, scrying, or as conduits to connect with the spirit world. In the case of Bloody Mary, the legend incorporates a specific ritual where individuals are encouraged to say, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. In a mirror, typically in a dimly lit or candlelit setting. Y'all see why I'm filming this video in daylight. The ritual serves as a form of mirror magic, as it is believed to invoke the spirit of Bloody Mary herself. The mirror acts as a portal or medium through which the supernatural entity is summoned. The association with mirrors in the Bloody Mary legend adds a eerie and mystic dimension to the story, as mirrors have long been linked to various folk beliefs and superstitions. In many cultures, mirrors are taught to possess symbolic significance and are sometimes considered gateways to other realms or as tools to communicate with spirits. The idea that Bloody Mary's spirit lingers in mirrors after her tragic demise is consistent with these beliefs. The act of repeating her name in front of a mirror is seen as a way to connect with the supernatural, and according to the legend, may lead to her ghostly appearance. This also goes along with mirrors in the spiritual world, that what you say in mirrors will manifest. This is why many people do their affirmations in the mirrors or manifestations in the mirrors, because you're looking into your eyes, and your eyes are a portal to the soul. So that's why you have to be careful what you say in the mirror. If you're going to judge yourself in the mirror, if you're going to pick at yourself, pick at all your flaws, say, oh, I look horrible, I look like this, oh, I'm so disgusting, all of that will manifest, because mirrors are a portal to the universe, and anything you put into the universe will have to manifest in physical life. So when you look in the mirror, you're not feeling yourself, you don't want to say anything out loud that is negative or degrading towards yourself. Keep it positive, keep it cute, and it will manifest. This is often used in beauty rituals as well. Sometimes you may look in the mirror and you're not feeling yourself, so don't say, oh, I look so disgusting, this is bigger than this, I have a mole right here, I don't like it. Say, I am so beautiful, I love the way I look, my skin glows. Even if that's not what you see physically, speak it into the mirror and it will manifest. So you guys, let me know, have you ever called upon Bloody Mary? What was your experience? Were you always scared to do it? And in our next video, we're going to talk about the history of Candyman, because he was also a threat as well, or a challenge, saying Candyman 3 times in the mirror. And I want to dive into his history, because it's a lot of Black history that goes into that as well, that leads him to be the scary Candyman that we know of today. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and like I always say, as above so below, as within so without, as the universe so the soul. Until next time, you guys, Ashe.